influencing. It's more of an open feedback loop for the advertising experts in this room to help develop Twitter into a place where they will be excited about investing more money. Product development, ad safety, content moderation. That's what the influence is.
Yeah.
Will you commit to be a little...
So this is the new Twitter CEO, heavily involved into some of the worst conspiracy theories that I have heard. You know, there's this website called the World Economic Forum, and I thought that I would learn about economics from it, but no, it's just conspiracy theory after conspiracy theory. Like, there's not going to be gas cars after 2030. We're not going to use money anymore. It's going to be central bank digital currency. People are going to eat the crickets. You know, it's just an insane far-right conspiracy theory website that this lady seems to be associated with. But as you can see, she's like Zinch, like Kha'Zix. Change is good. Change is going to happen. But like, lady, what if I don't want change? Like, what if I have a good life right now? What if, you know, like, change can be for the worst? And I just want to maintain the way things are. Like, I just want to be, I don't know, like, conservative. You know, like, the rich people who have yachts and who have private jets and no one is trying to take those away. I want to be like them. I want to conserve the stuff they have. I want to conserve the stuff I have, you know? Yeah, that's not going to happen, according to her. We're going to change, and the currency we've all used for years is going to disappear. We can't slow down. Like, she's in a rush. I don't know where she's heading, but she's in a rush. So, yeah, people aren't happy because she's going to be the new Twitter CEO, and I have seen many individuals talk about canceling their Twitter Blue. At this point, it's not about Twitter Blue, it's about getting the advertisers back, and she's going to be the face that does it. Like, this is a PR move from Elon Musk. She's going to put her in charge in order to please the advertisers so they come back on Twitter. Now, I will tell you my thoughts about this, right? Regarding who owns the platform, it's still Elon Musk. Like, ownership is what matters. And obviously, he can at any time fire her. Like, there's no board of investors. There's nothing like that. Now, I have said something from the beginning. People who are upset now, you should compare the website as is now with the website when it was under Parag Newell. Like, under the previous leadership, right? Under the previous leadership, the first thing that Parag Newell did was to make sure that Antifa is protected. So he passed a new terms of service, making it, I think it was like illegal to show the faces of people committing crimes. I don't really recall, but it was like something in that line. And there were like a lot of people that were talking about Antifa on accounts, and they couldn't do it anymore because the terms of service was changed. So that person is gone, right? Which, to me, shows that things could have gotten much worse. Now, when Elon Musk bought Twitter, I said two things can happen. One thing is unlikely, but the other thing is more possible. The best thing that can happen is that now you get free speech on Twitter. It becomes the new Parler. And I said that is very unlikely. But it was a possibility, right? So, like, Elon Musk comes up and genuine free speech happens on the platform. The second possibility, which is more likely, and this is like the worst thing that can happen, is that Twitter stays the same. And I was right. Twitter is pretty much the same when it comes to terms of service, except that now leftists are upset. But other than that, it's like the same old Twitter. I would add it's a little bit better. Like, a lot of people regained their accounts. People who got banned and shouldn't have come back. And I guess, like, now you can misgender people on Twitter. I think you can do it on YouTube as well, but it may be classified under harassment. But, like, specifically misgendering, I don't think it's a violation. I seen Sky News Australia do it to Dylan Mulvaney, and they didn't get the community guideline strike. So I don't know. It's a little bit ambiguous here. But on Twitter, like, specifically, expressly, it's allowed to happen. So, like, they have dialed back some of their TOS. But either than that, it's still the same platform. The only thing that I'm happy with the new Twitter, I would say, is that I see rules being applied equally. So leftists are definitely getting zooked. Mainstream journalists got zooked. So it is a little bit more fair when you look at it from that point of view. But it's still the same platform. I do not understand why people are freaking out over this. I guess like they genuinely thought that it's going to become the new Parler or something. I will change my mind when I see people being banned for actual political takes, right? So they do not say anything that's hateful. They do not say anything that's a violation of TOS. And if I see any of those people lose their accounts, then I will say, yeah, sure, okay, like now it's bad. But so far I haven't seen anything, so I expect just more of the same, really. And I don't know, like, what more they could add to the TOS that would make Twitter a worse place than it already is, because it already has, like, the same TOS for all the other platforms. And if you don't know why this is, I talked in a previous video, like the World Economic Forum and certain large corporations that are associated with it, pushing the ESG agenda, have created a sort of union called Garm, the Global Alliance for Responsible Media. And they are the ones that set the TOS for all the major companies. So all the major social medias, they have to do what Garm says. And this is why if you look at Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, they have almost identical TOS. For those of you who aren't old enough, you don't remember that back when the internet started and even later on, you would go to various places and you would have completely different TOS. Like, some channels would say, don't impersonate the moderators, don't be an asshole, don't spam. Like, this was, like, pretty much standard everywhere. But then you have, like, don't talk about off-topic things, do not, whatever. Like, the idea of even, like, death threats wasn't even considered as a TOS thing, because it's like, dude, it's the internet. And, like, people would mock you if you did it. It was like, oh, so you're the little keyboard warrior. They would do it all the time on Xbox and stuff like that. Like it wasn't something of concern. It's only when feminism comes along, around 2016, that all of a sudden it's like, oh my god, like, death threats over the internet. Like, the guy from Brazil, Skullfuck47, says that he may shank you in the shower, and you from Romania now need to quake in fear. Because it's like, what if he actually does it? What if he actually does take a plane? It's like, like this was ridiculous back then, I remember, but this is why it exists, is because of Garm. And it's not just that, but like things like misgendering, right? It's like very interesting, because all of us thought that all social medias have this thing, and I'm going to be quite interested to see if Twitter adds it back, because they removed it. As I mentioned, that they removed it for a while because Elon Musk said so. But now, because this lady comes back, it's going to be interesting to see if it's re-added. But it is what it is, like someone can mock you for being a cisgender white man and can use it as a slur or something like that. But if they get any backlash or criticism, all of a sudden it's a TOS violation. So, I genuinely, don't think much will happen in Twitter, alright? Like, hold me on this. If I'm wrong, you can say, hey, V, you were wrong. But I don't think we're going to see much changes, at least not in the short time. But, I do think that she is being used as a face in order to get the advertisers back. And, of course, MSNBC was congratulating Musk for his interesting choice. A lot of right-wingers are now upset that they're saying that they're going to be deleting their Twitter Blue, which, by the way, like, a lot of people were like, you bought Twitter Blue. Yeah, they did it to support the company. But now Twitter doesn't need their support anymore because it's going back to the advertisers. I guess we'll see, At the end of the day, can it be much worse than the way Twitter used to be? Probably not. Or am I just taking a lot of copium right now? Which one is it? Let me know in the comment section, and I will see you guys there. Take care.